So I will say this, if you are watching this inside of Onwards to Freedom, inside of the community, I will not answer any Q&As unless you come through the link that we provided so that you can access and be a part of this classroom on Zoom. That is the only place I'm taking questions, before, after, or during. And if you have missed this session, I'm gonna say, don't miss another one. Don't do it. You want to be here because these sessions are dope. Yes, they sure are. So we have an amazing event coming up in May 3rd through the 6th. And so right now I'm taking this entire community by storm, and we are working hard because we've got a handful of people who need to hit 6 figures. We need a handful of people who are vying for $500,000, and we've got a whole host of people who I'm vying for to get simply to $50,000 a month. I want to see if you were listening. $50,000 a year, okay? So what's really exciting for me is that regardless of where you are in your journey, you're here with me at this moment, and I know that you're in the right place. And I'm super excited and honored that you're spending your time with me. This is a laser coaching session. Please take the time to find in the left-hand corner the Q&A. As soon as the last question comes in, I will not be answering any more questions. And more importantly, as soon as we hit right at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific, depending on where you are, the questions will stop. I won't hold back anything. All right, so I am ready for the very first set of questions. It is first come, first serve. I know last time we ran out of spaces and time and people and all of the above, and I'm fingers crossed that we don't do that today. So really quickly, if you haven't told me that you're here, I gotta know who else is here. I see a handful of people who are hiding, who I see their name and they're like, I'm scared. You scare me, and I'm not sure if I want to tell you that I'm here because you're a little bit scary. Your lipstick and those earrings are all scary. That's so good. That is so good. So very good. All right, so I will say this, for all of the, you're so wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate that. I absolutely do. I appreciate you saying that I look beautiful. Thank you for loving my scarf. I wear things that are important to me always, and it's always something that someone has given to me. That is who I am. It has nothing to do with dollars. It is always about something that has value, and someone brought this, someone very important brought this back for me from Paris. So that is why I wear it all the time. All right, so let me see. Give me a second. All right, first question. First question, because there's a lot of people on here, and if there's no questions, I'm gonna totally say, then you guys just wanna come hang out with me, and I totally wanna hang out with you too. That is so funny. Yeah, I know, I wanna hang out with you too. So until I see, until maybe there's a delay, we've been having all types of problems with Zoom, so maybe there's a delay. So I'm gonna say this, until there's a question, I am going to totally make a pitch. Who's coming to the event? Who's coming in May? That's what I wanna know. Hey, Colleen, by the way, we had a teen town hall meeting yesterday, and they are totally putting together an intervention for you. I just want you to be clear, like there is an intervention going down for you with your name on it. So I want that to be clear. I don't want you to think, oh, I don't know how this happened. Here's what I will say. I am going to tomorrow, I'm gonna do a little bit of teaching. Tomorrow, we are in the midst of a Blitz Day inside of our programs, and I'm really excited about it. But more importantly, let me say this. If there were 3 things that you want to track in Pipedrive, okay? Like if there was 3 things that you want to track that you're like, where can I make money right now? Where do I need to be focusing my time? Here are the 3 areas, the 3 pipelines that I would be setting up. And if you do not have Pipedrive in your business today, please stop operating without a CRM. I'm begging you. Stop picking up the phone and calling people and reaching out and having no way to track this stuff, because you'll go, like you'll drive yourself nuts. And if you drive yourself crazy enough, you know what will happen? You won't make money. You won't follow up effectively. And more importantly, you're going to forget about that super hot, sexy lead that was waiting for you to close. And you will be like, I flipping forgot it. Okay. And I don't want you to be that person, because I have been that person too many times. So if you are not using Pipedrive, feel free to say, me, I'm not using Pipedrive. Let us get you a link. This link is an affiliate link. I have to say that it's totally an affiliate link. We make all of, I don't know, 25 cents when you sign up, enough to pay to give Ashley more coffee because he drinks about 12 cups a day, right? So that's about it. But what's really important is that you get an extended trial version. If you started it before in the past and you did not do it, I'm going to highly, highly encourage you to use another email address and start over. There is absolutely no sense in paying for it. It doesn't make sense. You get 45, 60 days for free. After that, it's 12 months. We are doing a sales mastery program right now in which we are making sure everybody's got that. So you're saying you don't have it? Let's see if we can find it for you. Let's see if we can find it for you. Okay, I see 2 questions, 3, 4, 5 questions. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can do this on my own. Let's see what happens when I attempt to do something without anybody's help. Let's see if I'm capable of it. I think I am, but I'm not making no promises. You know what I'm saying? I, Tiffany Largie, am not making promises. I am not making promises. I won't make promises. I won't do it. Okay, so we have Blitz Day that starts tomorrow. I'm so excited about that. So listen, in less than 20, here we go. I'm listening to myself. That's really always awesome. You know that? When you can, here we go. Boom, I did it, baby. I am good. So I'm really effective because I found the link. And let's see if I can actually get it to you, okay? Because then I'd really be like ace in the hole if I nailed this by myself with no one else's help. Boom, watch this. Let's see if I can do this. Uh-oh, watch out now. There's the link, woohoo! All right, so the 3 things you want to track no matter what. I see a couple of questions. I'm gonna wait for a few more to come in and then I'm going to stop. It has been a long week and I am feeling, I'm not physically feeling so well. I have not been feeling well all week. I'm pretty pissed off about what happened yesterday in our country. Let's see what else is happening. I have a vendor we have to let go of that I'm not thrilled about. We have about 800 things on the fire that are happening all at the same time in every second of every second. And more importantly, Los Angeles is pretending to be cold. And I'm just confused as to why this is happening. So those are the 4 most important things happening right now at this time. So inside of Pipedrive, when you think of Pipedrive is a CRM. Your business needs to have a CRM in place. I don't care if you're doing a spreadsheet. I don't care if you're using a tool. We use Pipedrive and I will train on Pipedrive. Last year I introduced it and then I got very sick, so I did not follow through with all of the training that I wanted to do, but make no mistake about it. It is the #1 tool I've been using for years. I have evaluated maybe 10 other tools in the last 24 months, and I still believe wholeheartedly that Pipedrive offers, forget the best bang for your buck, it offers the easiest way to be half-assed and to still manage your sales cycles, which is everything that I could ever want in one sit. The 3 areas: prospects, people that you're currently talking to close for a product or service. Second, places to speak. I would have these as 3 different pipe drives, if you will. The 3rd would be JV partners. For me, I don't do this. It's influencers. It's people who I need to connect with. I meet with a lot of people who are doing business at a totally different level than I do and have a whole nother reach than I have. And I meet so many people and I'm so busy that if I don't put them into a matrix to follow up just to build a relationship, we're all out of gas. So these are the 3 things you should have set up in your pipe drive. Now, I will say this, if you're doing the Blitz Day with me tomorrow, just know that I'm actually going to set up a brand new pipe drive all over again overnight inside of that group. So you want to look out for it. Why? Because having an effective, simple way, like having a simple way of cornering this changes the game completely, okay? All right, first question. So how do I scale my online school to attract more people? What's the best way? How do I scale my online school to attract more people? So you have a school online. How are you driving traffic to it? That's the #1 question. How do you drive traffic to your school? This is a great question for everybody. I actually just taught this today inside of a sales mastery program. Listen, I have an 8-week program that I will give you a crazy weekly payment plan on. It's gonna be awesome. I mean, it's killer. I have not taught sales in a long time, and I am teaching it now. It is solely focused on sales and driving traffic. Here we go, boom. And so I would highly encourage you, if you're sitting out there right now, you're not ready to jump into a really big, long program, and you just need like a jump start, it's an 8-week boot camp. It's really simple, and it's with me directly. And it's for under $1,000. And I don't think we've ever done anything to work with me for under $1,000. Not even when I started. Now, we charge that kind of money, but yeah, I can't figure out how to get the sheet of paper on the other side. So I want you to really understand what's happening. Let's see if I can do this on my own. All right. So, perfect, boom. So when you think about driving traffic, I want you to consider this. What this says is, number one, we need some form of activity. And the activity that we're working off of is there's social media posts, written content, webinar, video, talk from stage, and an ad. You almost have to make a decision that you have, number one, hands down, you totally have a clear way that you're going to use, do, and commit to consistently. That's the key, commit to. And if you are like, I cannot commit to doing social media all the time, like this is crazy, Tiffany, I flipping can't do that, then you need to figure out how to invest money in ads. That's it. Like, there is no other way. You're either going to spend the time and do the free ways, or you're going to spend money in ads. There is no other way to, and outside of that is getting on stage and speaking. In our business model, we do all three. Some are more heavier than the others, but we do all three, hands down, all the time. So I would 100% for sure make a decision on which one of these you're going to do. And then once you make the decision on which ones you're going to do, then that's how you drive traffic to your online school. Okay, great. Awesome. Next question. Next question. Next question. Next question. Next question. Okay, next question. And did I answer your question? Pipe Drive is my best friend forever. You know, one of the things I did not do in Rise that I will be doing next, this upcoming, when we release Rise again, because I'm going to release like Rise on steroids this upcoming April, May. When I say on steroids, I mean on steroids. Is I did not include anything on CRM. I've taught it kind of on the side, but I'm going to tell you that link is everything. And at $12 a month, it changes the game, because you really and truly get to be a person who steps to the table and gets to take all of your leads and your conversations, and more importantly, you get to put them into one place and track yourself better and be a better steward of being the sales manager who shows up. And you don't have to be super awesome. You don't have to remember everything, and you don't even have to be perfect. It allows you to move through, be a little bit half-assed, and to get a lot done in a short period of time. Okay, so you're working on travel plans and money. Awesome, that's fantastic. Room rates, you want to stay on site. Do not try to stay off site. Let me tell everybody, do not stay off site. It is imperative that you stay on site for a million reasons, because we're doing a lot of surprises and fun things. But more importantly, it is a crazy place to get back and forth from a neighboring hotel. It is not easy, no matter how close it may seem. It just is not. So let me say this. Let us know how we can help you. Inside of Freedom 52, you have your special ticket. Just let us know how we can help you. Totally, absolutely. And you have plenty of time, as long as you secure your ticket and you do each piece at a time. But if you're flying out of like DC, man, you get to you really get to leverage cheaper flights. That's the best way to say that. Much cheaper than like Richmond, or even actually much cheaper than anything, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, good question though. Awesome. So Laurel, let me ask you, did I answer your question about driving traffic? That's how you scale your business online. It's not about attracting people. You need to drive traffic to it. It's just that simple. Trying to work out, let's see, I've answered this. Did everyone see the link? Lead generation is the best? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that term means. Okay, a landing page. Yes, you have to have a landing page, yeah. You need to have it correct. If your school does not have a landing page, you totally want to back up, and you absolutely want to start. Hands down. Okay, great. Next question. Perfect. So you're driving traffic to your landing page. You've got this. Okay, so Colleen, I see your question, but you got to put it in Q&A. I'm going to answer it here, but I just don't want to lose your question. So I want to start building a Facebook group. What should be my focus? Name connection is key. Yeah, that's really cool. Networking mastery. How to network like a pro. You can name it like that tomorrow. How to network like a pro. We're going to be renaming our Onwards to Freedom Facebook group. So I shared with everybody. Once we launch Freedom 52, we're totally going to an actual launch. We're absolutely 100% going to open up the doors for the Onwards to Freedom community, because it was a test for us last year so we could teach it. And then hands down, it's a great place to invite and to collect and to bring people into and communicate, for sure. How do you like that name, Colleen? Will that work? Connection is key? No. Connection is key is a bad name. Nope, not naming it that. How to network like a pro. How to network and make more money. How to network like a pro. Build your network in 90 days or less. Boom. Something like that. Do you see where I'm going with it? Because I really want it to be true to networking, because networking is an actual searchable term that people will be looking for, right? So Onwards to Freedom is not a searchable term, which is why we will be going in the world of sales and marketing and story for our community group. Does that make sense? I really hope it makes sense. Sarah's in the house. Sarah's in the house. Oh, baby. Stephanie's in the house. Oh, baby. Ha. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Sarah? How you doing? Hey, Sarah, let me ask you a quick question. I know this is like totally left field, but you have been trying to nail me for a calendar time, right? Aren't you run Lotus, something Lotus, right? I have a crazy memory, and you just got to get used to it. Something Lotus, yes. Okay, I promise you, give me a time on this. Let's nail it now. You've been stalking me. I'm glad. I'm going to stalk you too. I'm super excited. Are you coming? You better be getting there in May. I'm going to be heartbroken. After all this stalking, if you don't get there in May, I'm going to be heartbroken. I want you to know. I just want to be really open about this. Okay? Absolutely. Before I get off this call, nail me for a time. All right. So there's so many of you here, and I love it. You guys are all just here. There are no more questions. I really want you to be there. Let me tell you, yes, email me today. I promise, email me directly. I promise you I will personally put you on my calendar, because I have a feeling you're the one who got canceled on, I can't tell you how many times. I am just running. But you've been trying to catch up with me for almost months and a year. So I owe you, and I will not forget. Awesome. So there are a million people here, and maybe no one needs me. Yes, a Facebook group is about building a tribe, but a Facebook group is about building your own garden. And it's about building your own area. And when you think about the value of a Facebook group, people join it because sometimes you can drive traffic, but if you could just name it well enough, it's searchable and people will join it just because. So There's two ways to build a Facebook group. A lot of people will go out to their community and just add people into it. People hate that. That is like, yes, that is yuck. That doesn't make any sense. And not that it doesn't make any sense, but a lot of people don't like that. So I do not recommend that. We don't do that unless you're a client, right? But we don't do that because I know how mad it makes me personally. And so listen, Anna's telling everybody, please to change it to panelists and attendees because she wants to see what you're saying. Okay, so for a Facebook group, you really want to be clear on who is this group for, and then you're going to have to market it and give people the opportunity to join it on their own. You will watch us over the next 60 days, 90 days, shift a little bit from a marketing perspective. And we're gonna have to go out and extend an invitation to people and invite them to come. And at that point, they need to be able to make a decision. And once they make a clear decision, then they'll be in a place where they will wholeheartedly, 100% be able to do that. Does that make sense? So yes, it's a tribe, but it's really about, you want to think of tribe has to equal value. They have to get something out of it. You have to be able to teach something inside of it. If not, people won't stay and there's no way to be engaged. Now, Freedom 52 is a little bit different. It's not a Facebook group. Oh, well, that's not fair. I guess in theory it is a Facebook group, but it's an actual program, right? So yes, there's a lot of people in all walks of life inside of Onwards to Freedom, and there's little pieces of our tribe there. But make no mistake about it, 100%, that is not the container for our tribe. It's a little bit different because it's paid. No, Nora, they can't see you. Nobody can see you. You're sitting undercover, Nora, and you're scaring all of us. Okay. So you have to choose panelists. You have to choose attendees, okay? Guys, I have 28 minutes left. All right, let's do this. Absolutely. So does that make sense? I said them so fast. What was the names I said? How to network like, I don't remember. That's the worst part. You got to be ready with pen and paper when I'm talking to you. Because I don't remember what I said. Give me a little bit of time and I will try to come up with a new name. So just everyone, education moment, you want to have a pen and paper ready, or like, because if not, it'll fly out of my mouth so fast and then I'll miss it. So how to network like a pro. Look, Robin just delivered it for you. Boom. She delivered it for you. Okay, let's see. I need to provide value. Yes, what's the name? Boo. Yes, absolutely. You've got to appear here. Robin said, I wrote it down for you because Robin's like, I'm going to use it for myself. I'm just kidding. Because Robin is taking notes. She works super fast and she is like, I'm not missing a doggone thing. I love it. Awesome. Okay, number 2. I don't remember the next one. Network mastery. How to brand like a pro. Yep, absolutely. You're going to see my Facebook group will be called How to Tell Your Story Like a Pro and Get Paid. Simple. How to tell your story like a pro and get paid. How to tell your story and like a pro and get paid. And Nora, absolutely. Please start a Facebook group. Like, start it right now while we're on the call. And let's watch it inside of Elite. How to tell your story like a pro and get paid. That's absolutely what you're going to see our group turning into. Guys, I have yes, absolutely. I want you to do it. I want you to get to the next level. Next 100,000 is what I'm after. Aggressively. Hands down. Yes, you nailed your round table. Whoop, whoop. I love it. How many people came? I got to know right now. Yes. Yes. So it worked. Nora, let me ask you a question. Can we actually get you, can we put you on camera? I'd like to do a case study out of it. I'd love to know how many you close, but can we do a case study out of it? No. We're not going to put you on camera right now. No. I'm talking about like in a room sitting with me. Because it's a strategy that I'll be teaching, but it's a strategy I've used for years, and it's slam dunk. It's super simple. How to do round tables. Yes. Yes, yes, and more yes. And how to make them work. Yes, yes, and more yes. I'm super proud of you. Mama is so happy. Mama is so proud. Okay, awesome. Let me say this. Let me put the disclaimer out here. There are not enough questions here, so it looks like I'm just going to hang out for the next 10 minutes and hang out with all of you guys because I just love you, and hopefully you feel the same. I am going to take any question that comes in within the next 10 minutes, but then after that, I'm going to say good night. So let me be clear. Hands down, 100%, you're at a point right now where you have a couple of questions to ask for yourself. What are you willing to do to get what you want? You asked about Facebook groups. I see that, but I don't understand the question. So you just have to let me know what the whole question is. And if you put it in the chat, it's going to get lost. I have so many things happening in chat. You guys can't see all of them, but I can. So that's the problem. So I just have a lot of conversations. So whatever you posted is 30 posts away. But if you put it in the Q&A, I won't lose it. Sharon's in the house. Oh, baby. Okay. So here's real talk. Confused about posting, whether to, from, or personal page. When you're saying posting, you mean posting in general? You're just not sure if you should be posting in general so you're saying to yourself, I don't know if when I post, should I be posting my personal page or my business page? Let me just tell you the differentiator between the two. There are some people, I went to a I went to an intensive myself. I invest a lot in training, and I went to someone, it's actually a friend of mine, but I still paid. And it was a very high level. He does multiple seven figures online. And we were having conversation about Facebook pages, and Ashley was there, and we had some interesting conversation, like a round table kind of thing. And everybody said, Facebook pages, business pages don't work. So we don't use them. We only run ads to them. I actually 100% disagree. And when they went to my page, they were all like, how do you do that? What? No way. We have 5 times as many followers as you do, but you don't have the engagement that we have. I have the engagement through the roof. And so it's one of those things where you have to decide on what your goal is. If you're just looking to run ads, Facebook business page is we're running ads. Okay? Facebook business page is also you're building a brand and you're building a movement. Why? Because it has a wider view. More people can see it, and you can get more eyes on content and who you are and what you're doing. On your personal page, you're limited to the square of 1,000 people that you're friends with and you're connected with. And I'm not saying that's bad, but with the algorithms that are out today that just changed literally December, I guess 30th of 2017 in Facebook, what I've seen and what I've noticed, and before I have not taught Facebook, I have not taught digital ads, I've not taught any of it. But make no mistake about it, May is going to be a different world for all of us because I'm taking everybody to the next level. What's really important here is that on Facebook, for me, I'd rather see you do both. On your Facebook personal page, you have the ability to drive traffic, and you can drive traffic to the 1,000 people. If you're willing to up the amount of people you're connected to, and get to the max of 5,000, then you win because that's more eyeballs on who you are and what you're doing. If you're not willing to do that, then I would probably say pick and choose what goes where. So nothing about my children, for the most part, goes on my business page. But you will also see that we now have multiple business pages. And so my business page is not necessarily for me to drive and talk about Rise or Rise Elite or, things. It's really about me talking about my point of view on the world and how I see the world. My personal Facebook page is a way for me to open the doors to the people who are connected and following me, for them to see. And I can't say that because I have a lot of friends, but I have a ton of followers on my personal page that you can't see. And they're not friended with me, but they're followers, which means you can still get your brand followed and you as a person followed, okay? Now, what's really important about this is that you now have to choose what you're going to do where. On Facebook Business, the reason why I love it so much is because you can schedule. You can't schedule on your personal page, and I schedule so much. Scheduling on your business page makes life so easy because you can schedule into the future and beyond, which means that on a Sunday night, you can pour yourself some tea, whiskey, depending on who you are, a glass of wine or some coffee, and you can literally spend an hour, hour and a half. I know who you are. I saw that whiskey just warmed your heart too quickly. So you can really and truly spend the night on a Sunday night, and you can schedule your post. I don't teach social media. I don't teach. I have not taught anything that I've not walked through. Make no mistake about it. In Rise 2018, 2019, it's an area of my business and of understanding that I've mastered, and I've mastered enough. And this year we will be taking our numbers to a whole nother level, because social media can be so effective in your business, and it's all free. I wish I understood all these things when I owned a seven-figure company. I tell people all the time, if I only knew the things I knew now about the online space, I probably would have finished at $10 million. Like, I'm serious. But I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't even know it existed, and I didn't know how to start. And to me, like, it was all foreign. But the reality is that I know if I can do it, you can do it too. Schedule once a week, twice a week on your business page, and when you can, you participate on your personal page. But when you do participate, it better be good. You will never see like something half-assed on my personal page. If it's not true to who I am and my brand or something about my family, it's not headed on there. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. The long answer is both. The easier version, if you can't do both, then I would do my Facebook business page, but I would also take a handful of dollars, drive some dollars behind your conversation, number one, and number two, because you can schedule. Absolutely. Scheduling is a beautiful thing. You know what? I have it on a note today. My goal is to record 4 videos today. I promised I would do them, and it's going to be done before 1 a.m. tonight, because I just have that kind of a day, and there's no time before that. But I will absolutely show you how easy it is to schedule. And I think we have 2 or 3 videos loaded already inside of the portal in Rise. Okay, so you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I want everybody to know, Tiffany Largie takes care of all of our company's social media, period. We do not have fillers. Once in a while, you'll see someone who will respond in a private message, because I won't respond to private messages, because if you're not, and you shouldn't either. So if you're a coach and you're serving people, and there are people who pay you for your time, it is not fair to respond in private messages and have dialogue with people who are not paying for it. It's not fair. Okay, so yes, absolutely. But social media and maintaining a social, just regular conversation, I do it all, hands down. Originally, I started doing it because in everything in our company, to answer that question, when I am going to teach something, when I am going to hire that role, I'm going to master it myself first before I hire somebody. Simply because of the fact that I'm going to know whether or not it's been done right or to what I want it to be done. I don't have to wait for the results. Does that make sense? My team, my company, my way of doing business. It's just that simple. I just happened to jump into social media, learn it, and I loved it so much. But then also, I'm gonna be honest, I also don't think it's fair to have business pages. If you run a personal brand, like I run a business personal brand, it's not fair. If you think that you're liking a Tiffany Largie post and I wrote those and I didn't really write those words, then it's not really fair. Which is why sometimes you'll see it says Team Tiffany or something, because it's not me. But honestly, all of the dialogue, if you've ever done that, I'm absolutely, and if I'm vague, it's because I have to redirect you in another direction. But hands down, 100%, it's always me, because it's got to be me. It's my words. If not, then no one's believing in anything. We're believing in a bunch of air. And you want to do the same. Hey, awesome. Did I answer that question? No, I have not done the training on boosting a Facebook post, but I will. It's on my list. I promise you I will do it. 100%. I started and we got into crazy land, and it could not happen. Okay. I just wanted you to know that I am not just a person with experience as a nurse, change in voice, depth, and belief, but I am an experienced person that is also a nurse. No, you just kick ass. You're just amazing by yourself. That's a statement, like, period, end of subject, which means that you have the ability to walk down either road that you want to, honestly. And not only do you have the ability to walk down either road that you're after, but you can walk down either road that you're after with confidence and bring so much to the table simply because of what you know and what you've been able to do at this point. I have not forgotten about the Facebook post. I will absolutely be doing that and streaming that for Rise. Yes, I have not forgotten. I have not forgotten. Okay. All right. Next question. Next question. Someone asked me, is this really water? Yes, it is just water. That is so good. I know. Sure, Tiffany. Sure, it's just water. Absolutely. It is. I promise you to pieces. It is just water. Plain old water. Plain old water. Yes, 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 and more yes. Zoom is just being used for Q&As right now. Good question. No, Zoom webinar, hands down. Zoom webinar, hands down, yes. For Q&As, absolutely. Okay, good question. Good question. I do have an assistant. I have a team. So I could not run Onwards to Freedom on my own. I would jump off of a bridge. There's no way. We serve, I can't tell you how many countries now and how many people. I do have an assistant, and I don't teach that at this level, but I definitely, absolutely, inside of I don't know if it's really Rise. I think when we get to Rise Elite, I share with them how I run my life. They get to see a raw version of me. And, but I will tell you this, before I had a team, it was just me. And the very first thing, it's almost like you have to figure out each and every day. Let me say it like this. When you wake up every day, you almost have to be clear on what roles you're putting on, like what hats you're putting on. Most business owners and most entrepreneurs, they want to put on a role called business owner. And so basically they sit in their chair and they are running their business. And, you know, it's one of those things that I go, I can't really answer or figure out for the life of me what they're doing in that time. But the absolute number one role that you have every day is sales manager. You don't need an assistant when you're the sales manager. The sales manager is focused on three things: sales activity, sales numbers, actual closes, yeses and nos, and then the revenue that hits the bottom line at the end of the month. Those are the only three things that they're concerned about, right? And so, and if I had to add a fourth, how many proposals actually go out, which is inside of activity. But we could break that up into two areas and make four. So because of that, until you have 10 clients, you can't be too busy. The only exception to this rule is if you're working a full-time job. I can see how it would be tough to manage a full-time job and do this. Which means that you almost have to walk into your business saying, okay, I have a full-time job and I need to keep it. It's 40 hours a week, but then I also have a part-time job, and my part-time job is sales manager. All other roles in your company can be done away with. You don't need to be the operations manager. You don't need to be the CFO. You don't need to be the COO. You don't need to be any of those roles, because none of those roles will really give you exactly what you want and what you need, and they won't help you pay the bills. Which means that when you find that you've gotten some clients and some customers and things are moving, the very first thing you want to do is hire. The very first money that I always spend in any company, and I'm looking to spend money in, is hiring. Always hiring and driving leads. That's it. I will spend money on those two before building, before office, before anything. And the reason why is because if I can multiply my efforts, then I can grow faster. But I'm not going to duplicate and get another salesperson. I'm going to find somebody who is who has a different skill set than I have, and who we complement each other, which means they don't do what I do, they don't have the skill sets that I do, so they can bring another level of insight into our company. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, great, I need to treat my weekends and my nighttime like a separate job. So now it's like, let's say I become the sales manager Monday through Friday, I'm giving 4 hours a week. Whether it's at night or early in the morning, kind of like tomorrow morning, we're doing a blitz day. Do you want to know what time I'm starting our blitz day? I'm starting it at 4:45 in the morning, period. I am starting it at 4:45 in the morning. And what that means and why that's important is because you almost have to know what season you're in. And when you know what season you're in, you accommodate and you make the time to be these specific roles. First role we need is salesperson. Once you start to sell things, then you need a customer service person. And that might need to be you on the weekends or you at night. And as soon as you can, as soon as you have enough money, don't go hire full time. And if possible, I would love to move away from VAs. VAs, virtual assistants, which is what a VA is, they do play a very valuable role. And they play a valuable role because you technically can get help 10 hours a month and you pay X amount of dollars. The average VA is anywhere, a good VA, let me actually say, someone who really knows what they're doing and you can trust and has a vast knowledge, they're anywhere from $65, $75 to $125 an hour, which means that you have a responsibility. You have an absolute responsibility to ask yourself, okay, great, well, because if you use a good one and they're $100 an hour, only 5 hours, you've gotten you get what I'm saying? So therefore, that's not a really good use of a dollar. What I'd rather see the person do is go out and hire. I would rather hire an employee than pay a VA all day. And in May, I will be teaching about hiring and firing because it is the sole reason of how I got to $2.5 million. I would have never done it. It's the very first time I had ever hired. I was very scared, but my first employee, rock star. And I took every dollar I had to hire that person, then to hire the second person, then to hire the third person. And I built a team of 15 people. So hands down, it is, having now hired and fired, and what I do for companies, hiring and firing is like everything. It makes life so easy. Mm-hmm. And why? Because you build a team. And if you are never going to build a team, you want to find somebody who will give you 10 hours a month. That's it. 10 hours a month and help alleviate some of that. Yep. Awesome. Okay, next question. I think you're awesome, baby. Okay. So what you should do without one is you need to do all of the work. That's the final question, guys. What do you do without an assistant? You do all of the work. I did all of the work when we just started out. I was the web developer, the customer service. When I set out and I sold my company, I made a decision that I was going to start this business the same way I was going to teach it. I did not invest any money. I did not take any of my dollars and hire. I did a brand new startup from the ground up, period. Every last bit of it. And the reason why I share that with you is because I did all of the work myself. The workshops, the flyers, even the business card, I still designed it on OfficeDepot.com for $26. I know that makes Nora sick, but that is the truth. That's exactly how I got through the world, okay? And I'm sharing that transparently because it is 100% the way I made it happen. Do all the work yourself. That's exactly it. There is, and it's not easy, which is why most people don't run a business. It takes work and it takes dedication and it takes grit and it takes sometimes long hours and it takes sometimes going to bed late and it takes some time missing out on dinner out on a weekend. But absolutely, you invest the time now, it will totally pay off for you later, I promise. Okay. So in the morning, how I manage my daily schedule, I'll tell you right now, with or without an assistant, my daily schedule is the same. Bye. See ya. Hands down, I manage my daily schedule like this. I wake up in the morning and actually, let me not tell you what I do now because that's not useful. Number one thing when I do in the morning, that I did in the morning when it was just me, is I took a moment to pause and reflect and ask, what's the most important thing that has to happen today? One thing. After that, I was a mom, so I had to get everybody ready, and I kicked them out the house, right? And so during that time, beforehand, I needed to wake up 45 minutes or an hour before they did so I could get my mind right. And I would look at my to-do list and all of the things that were in front of me for that day. So I already determined what prospects I was going to call, who needed to be followed up with, what projects were not finished, and all of the above. Backtrack. I then, fast forward, spent the first maybe 20 minutes going through emails. I don't multitask. I don't believe in it. Now, I can do parts of it. There are some parts that are effective, but multitasking is not good. It's not good for leaders. It's not good for entrepreneurs. It's just not good. So in the morning, and I'm not a detail person, and I'm not a process person, and I'm not a systems person, but in the morning, all emails. And I only open the emails that are like, open me, I'm dying. That's it. Fast forward, first thing, anything related to sales goes out first. People need to be followed up with, programs, products, services, a sale, boom, out the door. Okay. Then I would get to follow-ups. Then I would get to operational things at the end of the day. But for me, honestly, 70% of my day is rooted in sales. If 75% of your day is not rooted in sales, you're doing something wrong. Unless you're over $10,000 a month where you can start thinking about other things, your number one role and responsibility to the world is to be the sales manager. And you've got to get yourself to over the $5,000-6,000 mark, like out of the gate, so that you can breathe. $5,000 a month says I can pay my bills and I'm not going to pass out. $7,500 a month says I can pay my bills, I'm not going to pass out, and I can start entertaining what's the next level. $10,000 says I can pay my bills, I'm not going to pass out, and I can entertain the next level, and I can probably make an investment in my business, a coach, a program, a conference, a tool, a person. So that's the timeline for me. Yeah, that's definitely the timeline. Making a note for myself. Okay, awesome, great question. All right, so let me say this. Have I used the phrase life happens lately? Please stop. I'm not sure I understand that one. I'm not sure I understand that one. But I want to understand. And Julie, I see you're here. I'm super excited that you're here. I absolutely see everybody. Julie's in the house. Oh, I know who said that. I absolutely know who said it. I just don't know what it means. And maybe it's something from the past. I don't remember. Just forgive me. Sometimes life does happen. Oh, you're right. I won't say it. We're not saying that. I do remember that. Life is life. Da, 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 da. All right. So it looks like right now we have no more questions. Let me say this. Let me see. Sarah, Robin, Julie, Colleen. Let me see everybody who's here. Stephanie, we have no idea who you are and how you got here. Stephanie, and you're so quiet. You are so quiet. So Stephanie, is there anything we can do for you? Any question we can answer? Anything you need? Stephanie, you're coming to hang out with us? Anybody need to jump inside of this program that we've just started? Someone else reach out to me. Anybody else? Yes, I see you. Awesome. I have like only one spot. No, actually, I probably can fit two. Totally. Sales mastery. It's 8 weeks. And we are totally 100% inside of rolling up our sleeves. Okay. All right. So let me stop here. Let me absolutely stop here and say, guys, I have so enjoyed spending time with you. I am super excited that you came and hung out with me, and I'm excited that I got the opportunity to be a part of your day, and I hope these questions helped in some capacity. Please, 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 please take the coaching and go back and do something with it. Just don't get the information. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m., but here's the reality. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. Pacific time, which for me, here's the deal though. The early bird catches the worm. The early bird catches the worm always. So it's like, what do you want to happen tomorrow? And hands down, in a year after 6 figures, yes. Oh, Stephanie, you're a friend of hers. Robin's amazing. So you're in great hands. Robin, is she coming to Onwards to Freedom? Yeah, you're so right. The early bird wins, guys. You know what? I wish I had more time. I used to talk all the time about how sales reps who start after 9 make no money. No, Colleen, I did not send out an email. You have been added to a secret group. Go find it. And if you can't, I think it's posted inside of Rise. We started it there. No emails went out yesterday because I stopped them all because the shooting yesterday took me for a ride. I'm from Florida, yes, but also because the actual school that it was in is a school that Jada would have been going to this year as a freshman. And I have friends who were pulling people out, and it's just been a long 24 hours for me. So absolutely, so I halted everything. Yeah, you need to get mentally prepared. we're gonna be blitzing too, baby. I'm here. So go find the group and I will see you there. And you wanna, before 1 a.m. tonight, all of what we need will be there, and then we'll get there in the morning. Okay, awesome. So Stephanie, I'm super excited that you came. Did we offer you any value? Did you see and hear anything that was useful? Or did we just totally waste your time? I'm super curious. Tina, I'm glad you're here. Bye, Julie. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's okay. That's absolutely okay. So, oh, I appreciate that. Okay, so we didn't waste your time. Okay, I'm super excited. So Stephanie, I'm thrilled that you came to hang out with me. Robin, the one-day tour stop in Washington, D.C., I believe is the 16th. So the 16th of March. And I know that you're working, we've got some pieces pulled together. So it's going to be really exciting to see what we're able to do. And Stephanie, I'd love to see you in a room. I'd love, love, love to see you in a room. And guys, I adore you and love you, and we'll see you soon. Bye.